Hello guys, and I hope you're ready to see some Order of the Dragon action because I'm always up to it. I'm always up to it. We have playing as the Order of the Dragon in the color red, Chinese guy who I can barely read his name. This is like a D, like the one you use for the subway. It's called the subway guy. And in the color 2 playing as the French, it is good luck, have fun. Welcome everybody to another Age of Empires forecasted game. Hope you're having a great time. I really want to see how Order of the Dragon plays this because they're just really slow. They're just really slow. And the French has a lot of tempo. Order of the Dragon didn't have any buff recently. Like, a lot of people were asking for the buff for Order of the Dragon, and a lot of civilization got them. Like, people were complaining about the French all the time, and why John Dark was such a just a better replacement of the French, and yada yada yada. And they got what they wanted. Order of the Dragon has been underwater for quite a long time, and while people say like I think it's a buff, I'm not exactly sure what. I think the devs also think the same. Like I'm not exactly sure where it needs. In this case, like, usually what they like to do is just go to Castle Age. It's very hard for Order of the Dragon to play in the Feudal Age, although I will imagine this kind of civilization is really good in Feudal Age just because they have a really strong units. But the problem is the timing. By the time they get some units out, it's a little bit too late, and I believe tempo is quite important in this game. Like the fact that you decide to attack like 1 minute earlier and 1 minute later can change totally about the outcome of the game. Some games are finished just because you decide to attack now, and because you decide to attack later after 1 minute, then suddenly the game couldn't be close and you need to stay there for another Imperial Age. Look at that, more ship. This one, it's gonna be alive for quite some time. But it's interesting. I think I've never seen this matchup, French against Order of the Dragon. I believe Order of the Dragon is one of the funnest civilizations to play with. It's extremely fun concept, I would say. It just needs a little bit of tweaks. Like, maybe the training time. Maybe the training time is too long. Maybe that's that. Or maybe it's the economic buff. That's why a lot of players like to go for the early deer. Like, they want to go right away for the deer. Take this, take the deer off their shoulders, nothing to worry about here anymore, and just go to Castle Age really fast. Another thing they like to do is just go to Mangwar Palace, just because the Akan Chapel is not really like a big buff for them, and the Mangwar Palace actually give them quite a lot of unique bonuses for these civilizations, like the Golden Curious, the extra attack for siege for the crossbows. For those of you who don't like siege battles, I think Order of the Dragon is quite good. And the other one was the... I completely forgot about that. We will see in a second. Anyway, School of Cavalry coming up for the French. The civilization that got buffed. Now the town center is just gonna produce villagers a little bit faster than the previous season. So it's actually quite neat. And it's gonna get that knight, and let's see if he knows about this. He doesn't even haven't scouted this area, so he doesn't know about the presence of this deer. This actually can be huge if you think about it. This is really a missed opportunity for sure. Even if you don't kill any villager because you're just building an outpost and you have 5 villagers here, actually 4 villagers. You're just causing a lot of idle time, and that's time he's not gathering food, and that's time he needs to deal with that somehow, with putting a barracks, building a spearman, whatever. So it's quite important for good luck, have fun that he has scouted this area, but now he's gonna miss the opportunity of his life. It's one of those situations where you kind of like scout everything and you feel like, there's nothing there, and there is something. It happens to the best. And then the knight is already out, and let's see where is he going. Probably going directly into the base. Right. The gold is in the back, so he's very well protected. I don't think this knight can do much at this moment, but we're about to see. We're about to see. He's just keep pumping knights. Going for the berries. Not a big fan of the berries early on, but looks like sheep is not in the side of the French in this game, unfortunately. He might be thinking about going for the deer, just because there are no units outside yet. Main work? The main work? Not really. Ah, there you go. That's somehow like just the extra upgrade for the Lankenek, just to give extra bleed. Very, very cool stuff. Very, very cool stuff. So the French thinking about where to harass, and unfortunately there's still a back on the observer. I feel like at this point the devs will never fix the observer mode where, you know, you go here and I basically lose the information that I had. Like right now I'm from the point of view of the French and look at the things that I have scouted. But now if I change to the point of view of the Order of the Dragon player, you will see that I no longer have any kind of information about this, even though the landmark is here. I obviously have seen it, I obviously have seen the meal, but the information is lost when you change the perspective, which is huge in these kind of situations. Sometimes it's not such a big deal, but in these kind of situations it is, because when you try to think about like, okay, I'm gonna see what this guy's doing, and then you're gonna check the resources in the map, you try to analyze where can he go next, you have no information about it, and that's really bad. That's really bad. Thumbs down for you Relic, for not fixing this for quite a few years already. I have a feeling that this kind of stuff is the kind of stuff that happens in game development, that just someone just left and someone was in charge of it and they just quit. And it happens a lot in game development. And there just happens to be no one with the knowledge he had to make this happen. That could be the case. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, because if that's the case, it's gonna stay like this forever. Until they meet someone who actually has the knowledge of this. But looks like this is one of those situations. And look at that. Horseman gonna go up for Order of the Dragon. To be honest, Horsemen do quite good against Knight. I mean, they're not technically counter them. In a one-on-one situation, I believe a Knight should win. But they do quite a lot of damage, and you get the, you know, you get the mobility you wouldn't have if you didn't have the Horseman. Plus, you actually kill the archers that are supposed to go there for the spearman, but you will end up like a clown if you build the archers and the opponent just makes only horsemen. But anyway, it's not gonna be the horseman, he's just preparing for the future. Regni's Cathedral coming up for him. He's just gonna be grabbing all those relics, and we're gonna see the big boys coming up for him. It's gonna be the Gilded Knights. Meanwhile, these villagers have been very, very safe for the moment. That's the beauty of not scouting this area. It's like you don't know, you don't even think about if they are there. What you're thinking about is here. Like I believe like the French is just camping this area, but it's like, okay, when are you gonna go for the food? In some moments you need to go for the berries, you need to go out for the deer, and technically this is the closest deer for him. This deer is not, let's just say, the first choice, so he's not even thinking about it. Meanwhile, he sees the castle age, he says, I'm not ready for this, man. I'm just gonna build a big wall here. Gilded Knight already out. And the Prelate is gonna grab the first relic. A couple of knights already guarding the relic. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for sure. A couple of stables already there. Meanwhile, knights still guarding this area. And the Prelate will go down. Is it a Prelate or Scholar? Prelate, there you go. I always confuse on names. It's the Scholar for the daily. Oh my god, look at that. Oh, 2-shot scout. That hurts. That hurts. I mean, look at this guy. 36 damage. 45 lands. So it's like a... It's definitely big business here. Definitely big business. Meanwhile, the French no man's land. There's the problem of not having enough food at the moment. At the beginning of the game, you cannot have enough momentum to keep it going. Well, the Knights are just gonna go here this time. I'm not gonna lose another prelate. I'm gonna get this one. And the French going for Castle Age, actually going for the Guildhall. Usually the choice for the French... Oh my god, he's gonna lose the relic again. That hurts. That hurts. It's like, oh my god, I shouldn't have left. I should have known. The mosquitoes are around. You gotta put the... You gotta put those knights here. Well, low attempt, not gonna happen. Lose a lot of another prelate. And I think it is not the first time I see this Order of the Dragon gameplay. Like, they just go fast castle, get gilded knights, grab relics, and then take it from there. I mean, I'm really curious to see how it's gonna work out for the French, because now he's on Castle Age, he's gonna get to Aperture. And how do you even finish this game? I'm not really sure about this. Archer, it's gonna be wandering around. It's like, when are you gonna go for the deer, man? When are you gonna go for that deer? He just make farms around here. Amazing. The long distance farming. That's all. That's what this is about, but guys. The long distance farming. It's like no time for walk. Meanwhile, only one relic for the Order of the Dragon. He's having more and more knights. Knights. Oh my god, that charge hurts. Royal Knights are already not having veterancy yet, so he's not gonna be having a really good time. Knights, you're gonna be careful here not to lose these guys. They are really expensive, so you might as well put them on the town center. Wait for the prelate to heal them. Another prelate dead. The prelate race, guys. The prelate race. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Royal Knights, I mean Gilded Knights, just taking all the... Oh my god. Let's take a look at the rally point. He's rallying here. He's losing a lot of units here. You can already see how the Order of the Dragon already have 16 military units out there. Actually, it's only like 6 and 3 prelates, but it's quite a big deal. It's quite a big deal. I love these farms. Never get scouted. Gilded Knight showing superiority. Charge attack. Almost there. And looks like the knight will have to run for the moment. 3 relics. 2 relics already home for him. A third one coming soon. Gotta be careful with that Abbot. Monk is ready to do to pick up some relics, but looks like he's not gonna be able to have it. Gilded Knights. This time. The right time. At the right place. Charge attack. Beautiful damage. Oh, look at that. Even if this guy's low HP, that single charge attack is just so much so much damage, man. I can't put my finger on it. Like a single charge attack already half HP for the French knight. More Gilded Knights coming up for the French, and looks like no knights are coming down for him. Destroy value only 500. Looks like he only killed one of these knights. Prelate's gonna grab the last relic. The last he can have. This one is already unfortunate for him. Not available, and he taps out. No relics for you, my friend. Regnis Cathedral out there, and it's just unfortunate for him.